Hello students, today we are going to start the new lesson, composition of matter. Composition of matter. We know what is matter. We have already discussed about matter in previous standard. What is matter? Everything around us we can perceive by our senses, and which has mass and volume are called matter. Everything around us that we can perceive by our senses, by touch, by eyes, by ear, all that things are matter. Okay, and matter has mass and volume. What is mass? Mass, the amount of matter present inside an object is called mass. And what is volume? The space occupied by matter is called volume. Mass and volume we have already discussed in previous standard. Okay. So here today we are going to discuss about the classify matter into its different states and composition. So what is matter? Matter has mass and volume. Everything around us has mass and volume, and that is matter. Okay. So the properties of matter. Matter has mass and volume. What is mass? The amount of matter present in an object is called mass. And what is volume? The space occupied by any object is called volume. Okay. So matter has mass and volume. In fifth standard we have already studied matter is made up of very tiny particles. Okay. Matter is made up of tiny particles. These are the properties about matter. And what is the definition of matter? Everything around us that we can perceive by our senses and which has mass and volume is called matter. So let's discuss how matter is classified according to its states and its composition. So matter is classified according to first one, its state. First one, its state. So matter is classified according to its state. We know there are three states of matter. Which are they? Solid, liquid and gas. These are the three states of matter. This matter is classified according to its state into solid, liquid and gas. So these are the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Okay. Then the second classification of matter. Here matter is classified according to its composition. According to its composition, chemical composition. So it classified into element, compound and mixture. The first, matter is classified according to its state into solid, liquid and gas. And matter is classified according to its chemical composition element, compound and mixture. Okay, we know there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. We have already discussed about this state. So solid, you know, ice, the state of ice, solid, then ice converts into water, then water is in state of liquid, then the water gets converted into water vapor, the water vapor is in state of gas. So these are the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. And according to chemical composition, the matter is classified into element, compound and mixture. Okay, so let's discuss about its state: solid, liquid and gas. So students, the states of matters depends upon the distance between the particles of matter. We know matter is made up of tiny particles. So these three states, solid, liquid and gas, depends upon the distance between these particles and the mutual attraction between these particles. Okay, so these three states of matter, solid, liquid and gases, depends upon first the distance between these particles and second one the mutual attraction between these particles. So let's discuss these 2 points according to the diagram. Students, see, these are the 3 objects that mention these 3 states: solid, liquid and gas. So first solid, then second one liquid, this beaker contains liquid, and the third one gas, this balloon contains gas. Okay, so these are the 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. These 3 states, solid, liquid and gas, depends upon the distance between the particles, which by they made. Okay, so see in this diagram, solid, the particles of solid are, so these are the solid, these are the particles of this solid. We know the matter is made up of tiny particles or molecules. Okay, so these are the particles of these solids. See in the diagram, these particles are held together, they are bound together tightly. Okay, very close. Here the distance between 2 particles is very less. Okay, it means here there is a force of attraction in these particles is maximum, and that force is called intermolecular force. So from learning outcomes, here see intermolecular force. So what is intermolecular force? The particles of matter attract each other with a force. That force is called intermolecular force. So intermolecular force in solid maximum, see intermolecular force. What is intermolecular force? The force by which these particles attract each other. Okay, so here in the solid, this force is maximum, that is strong. Due to this strong force of attraction between these 2 molecules, they are held together, they are bound closely. Okay, so here intermolecular space is less, and that is why intermolecular force is strong. Intermolecular force is maximum in solid. Okay, so these particles of solid vibrates at their mean position. Okay, vibrate at their mean position because they have no space for moving. Okay, for vibrating. Okay, So see in the liquid diagram, this is liquid, the second state of matter, it is liquid. So particle of this liquid move throughout the liquid. These particles or molecules of the liquid move throughout the liquid because intermolecular space is more than solid. Here there is no space between two particles, but here there is some space between these two particles. That is why these particles move throughout the liquid. Okay, and that is why here intermolecular force is moderate. Intermolecular force in liquid is moderate, that is mean minimum, less than the solid. Okay, so the third state of matter is gas. Okay, here gas is present in the balloon. Gas is present in the balloon. So the particles of this gas moves randomly. They spread all over the space. Okay, because the intermolecular space between these two particles are maximum, are greater than the solid and liquid, and that is why intermolecular force in the particles between the particles of gas is less than solid and liquid. So here intermolecular force is less. So what is the difference between this solid, liquid and gas? Here intermolecular force in solid is strong, in liquid moderate, in gas it is less. Okay, intermolecular space is less in solid, medium in liquid and greater in gas. Okay, here the particles of solid bound together closely. Here they are loosely bound together, and here there are no negligible force of attraction in the gas. Therefore these particles are not bound together. Okay, so these are the difference between these three states. Now discuss what is the difference between solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so see here, we know the particles of solid are very close to each other, so therefore intermolecular force is strong in solid. Here the particles of particles of liquid are further away. Okay, they are not close to each other, and that is why intermolecular force is moderate here. And in gas, the particles of the gas state, these are very far away from each other. They move anywhere, and that is why intermolecular force is less, negligible in gas. Okay, so this difference I write here in the chart. So see what is the difference between solid, liquid and gas. The first difference, solid have definite shape and volume. Liquid have no definite shape but have definite volume. We know the part here intermolecular force is not enough to fix this particle in a proper position. That is why liquid do not have definite shape. Okay, but liquid have definite volume. Here gas have neither definite shape nor volume, because here intermolecular force in gas are negligible, and that is why the force is not enough to fix this particle in a proper position, in proper way, and that is why the gas have neither shape, neither definite volume. So this is the first difference between solid, liquid and gas. Then second, molecules of solid are very close to each other. Molecules of solid are very close to each other. Then molecules of liquid are further away. And molecules of gas are very far away. Then the third difference, intermolecular force in solid is strong, intermolecular force in liquid is moderate, intermolecular force in gas is negligible. Okay. Then the fourth difference, molecules vibrate about their fixed position. In solid, molecules vibrate about their fixed position. And here in liquid, molecules of liquid are free to move throughout the liquid. Okay. Here the molecules of liquid free to move throughout the liquid. Then the molecules of gas are free to move anywhere, because intermolecular force is negligible here, and that is why these particles are free to move anywhere. Then the last difference from solid, liquid and gases. See, solid are non-compressible. Solid are non-compressible. So what is compressible? To understand compressible, we have to study the definition of interconversion state of matter. We know on heating, solid converts into liquid and liquid converts into gas. Okay. On heating, solid gets converted into liquid, and when heating liquid, it converts into gas, and on heating, so liquid converts into gas. Okay. So here the state change from solid to liquid and liquid to gas. Okay. So the process by which the matter changes from one state to another and back to its original state without any change in chemical composition. Okay, so the process by which matter changes from one state to another state and back to original state without any change in chemical composition is called interconversion state of matter. Okay, we know on cooling, gas converts into liquid, and on cooling, liquid gets converts into solid. Okay, because here there is some space between the two particles of gas and liquid, but there is no space between the particles of solid. That is why solids are non-compressible. We can compress gas. When we compress the gas, it converts into liquid. When we compress the liquid, then it converts into solid. It means compress means we decrease the space between these two molecules. We reduce the space between these two molecules. But here there is no space in solid, and that is why the solid are not compressible. Okay. Then here liquids are less compressible because they have less distance between two particles of liquid. So that is why they are less compressible. And gases are highly compressible because these particles are free to move anywhere. Here the distance between two particles are very far away, and that is why we are compress these particles to convert into liquid state, and that is why these particles of gas are highly compressible. So these are the difference between solid, liquid and gas. So write down in your notebook this difference between solid, liquid and gas. Today's question from learning outcome: what is the difference between solid, liquid and gas? So answer is this. So write down in your notebook.